Judge Judy courtroom day. The courtroom is bright and silent save for the low hum of the air conditioning. The flags stand stiffly in their holders. Bailiff Petronelli Byrd stands at attention near his desk. Judge Judith Sheindlin, sharp-eyed and impeccably dressed, sits high on the bench, sorting through a small stack of papers. She looks up, her gaze sweeping the room. Judge Judy, all right, let's get started. Bailiff, who do we have first today? Bailiff Byrd, in his deep, clear voice, Your Honor, the first case is Smith versus Johnson, a traffic incident. Judge Judy, traffic incident, my favorite, nothing like two people arguing about who did what to whom on a Tuesday afternoon. Bring them in. Byrd exits through the side door and returns a moment later, leading in the two litigants. Corinne Smith, the plaintiff, is in her late 40s. She is dressed in a crisp, navy blue pantsuit and low-heeled pumps. Her hair is perfectly styled and she carries a large, organized binder. She walks with a stiff, purposeful posture, her face a mask of controlled indignation. Following her is Pamela Johnson, the defendant. She is in her early 30s, dressed in dark, ripped jeans, a vintage rock t-shirt, and a worn leather jacket. Her stance is defensive, arms crossed loosely over her chest, a look of bored annoyance on her face. She glances around the room as if she'd rather be anywhere else. They take their seats at their respective tables. Corinne places her binder neatly in front of her. Pamela slouches in her chair. Judge Judy, peering over her glasses at the files, then at the women. Good morning, Ms. Smith, you are the plaintiff. You're suing Ms. Johnson for $5,000. Why? Corinne Smith, leaning forward slightly, voice clear and precise. Your Honor, 3 months ago on October 12th at approximately 4:15 p.m. I was driving home from work on Jefferson Avenue, a 6-lane thoroughfare. I was in the center lane proceeding at the speed limit, which is 40 miles per hour. I activated my left turn signal, checked my mirrors and my blind spot, and began a safe, controlled maneuver into the left lane. At that exact moment, the defendant, operating a red 2008 Honda Civic, executed a highly aggressive and reckless lane change from the right lane, cutting directly in front of my vehicle without any warning, no signal, nothing. She left me with no time to react. I had to slam on my brakes and swerve violently to the left to avoid a direct T-bone collision with her passenger side. My vehicle nearly struck the concrete median. It was terrifying. Judge Judy, and what was the result of this? Any damage, any contact? Corinne Smith, there was no physical contact between the vehicles, no. But the result was severe emotional distress and the development of significant driving anxiety. I was shaken to my core. I had to pull over for 20 minutes just to stop my hands from shaking. I've since attended 12 sessions of cognitive behavioral therapy to deal with the anxiety she caused, and I am seeking compensation for those therapy costs, as well as for the sheer negligence and danger she imposed upon me. Judge Judy turns to Pamela. Ms. Johnson, your version, if you please, and let's start with this. Were you insured on October 12th? Pamela shifts in her seat, uncrossing and recrossing her arms. She avoids direct eye contact with the judge. Pamela Johnson, look, it didn't happen like that, not even close. I was in the right lane just driving, minding my own business. She was in the center lane, but she was like drifting. She wasn't paying attention. I could see her looking down, probably at her phone. She started coming into my lane like she didn't even see me. So I had to do something right. I tapped my horn a little, beep beep, and I moved over a little to get out of her way. I didn't cut her off. I prevented her from hitting me. I was being defensive. Judge Judy, you didn't answer my question. Were you insured that day? Pamela Johnson sighs, looks down at the table. No, my policy had lapsed. I was between jobs. It was temporary. Judge Judy, temporary? Driving a 2-ton piece of metal without insurance is not a temporary condition, it's a choice. A stupid and illegal one. So we have an uninsured driver telling me she's the safe, defensive one. Interesting. Ms. Smith, you said you had no contact. So why are you here? This is small claims court, not a therapy session. Corinne Smith opens her binder. With all due respect, Your Honor, her actions directly caused me quantifiable harm. I have the medical bills, but more importantly, I have proof. My husband installed a dashcam in my car after a hit and run 2 years ago. It captures everything. The entire incident is on video. A murmur goes through the courtroom. Pamela's look of bored annoyance sharpens into one of surprise and apprehension. Judge Judy leans forward, intrigued. Well, that changes the arithmetic. Let's see it. Bailiff, if you please. The courtroom monitor flickers to life. Byrd takes a thumb drive from Corinne and plugs it in. The grainy color footage from a dashboard camera appears on the screen. We see the hood of Corinne's car, the dashboard, and the road ahead. The timestamp in the corner reads 16:14:32. The car is moving steadily in the center lane. The speedometer reads 39 mph. On the monitor, the left turn signal begins to blink. The car holds its speed. The driver's side mirror is visible in the corner of the frame, showing the left lane is clear. The car begins to drift smoothly toward the left lane. Suddenly, from the right side of the frame, a red Honda Civic accelerates and swerves into the left lane directly in front of Karen's car. There is no visible turn signal on the Civic. The front of Karen's car dips violently as the brakes are slammed. The camera jolts as the wheel is jerked to the left, bringing the concrete median dangerously close into view on the left side of the frame before the car straightens out. The red Civic drives away, oblivious. The video stops. Judge Judy, after a moment of silence, Ms. Johnson, a little beep beep, moved over a little. That video shows you making an unsafe lane change directly into the path of her vehicle. You didn't signal, you accelerated, you cut her off, it's unequivocal. Pamela Johnson, flustered, her defensive posture returning. You can't see everything, the camera doesn't show her drifting before that. It doesn't show her on her phone, she was being unpredictable, I had to get out of her way. Yeah, maybe I got over a little quick, but it was an emergency, she left me no choice, and look how much room she had, she overreacted. She slammed on her brakes for no reason, there was plenty of space. Judge Judy, plenty of space, she had to stand on her brakes and swerve to avoid you. Are we watching the same video? The space you left her was measured in inches, not feet. You are 100% wrong in this scenario. The driver already in the lane or halfway into it has the right of way. You, coming from the right, are obligated to yield. You did not yield, you invaded her space. This is driver's ed 101. Karen Smith, unable to contain herself, and she didn't just drive away. I was so angry and scared that I managed to accelerate and catch up to her at the next red light. I rolled down my window and I yelled, "You almost killed me, what is wrong with you?" And do you know what she did? She laughed. She looked right at me, smirked and laughed. Then she drove off when the light turned green. Judge Judy, to Pamela, did you laugh? Pamela Johnson shrugs. Maybe, I don't remember. She was screaming like a maniac. It was kind of funny. She was fine, no harm, no foul. Judge Judy, no harm, no foul is for a basketball game, not for a near-miss accident on a public road caused by an uninsured driver. Your attitude is reprehensible. So, Miss Smith, you have her license plate from the video, I assume. Karen Smith, I did. I called the police immediately. They said since there was no contact and no injury, it was a non-reportable incident and they wouldn't send a car. But they did take my information and said they would note it. I also filed a report online. I have the confirmation email here. Judge Judy, and how did you track down Ms. Johnson? Karen Smith, through sheer persistence, Your Honor. I have a friend who works at a body shop. I described the car. It had a large dent on the rear passenger door and a bumper sticker for a band called Grim Reaper. My friend remembered the car. Pamela Johnson had brought it in for an estimate on that very dent a week prior. He couldn't give me her details, but he confirmed the name. I used that and the license plate number to find her through a People Search website. I sent her a certified letter outlining my therapy costs and requesting payment. She ignored it. Judge Judy, to Pamela, is that true? Did you get a letter? Pamela Johnson, I got some junk mail. I don't open everything. I might have thrown it out. I'm not paying for her therapy. That's a scam. How do I know she even goes? She could be making it up. Judge Judy, will get to the damages. First, I want to understand your spectacularly poor judgment. The video is damning. Your driving was atrocious. Why on earth would you think you're not at fault? Pamela Johnson, because I know what I saw. The video is from her car. It's only one angle. It doesn't tell the whole story. She's not some innocent victim. She was driving like a nutjob before that part. And besides, I had a witness. My daughter was in the car with me. She saw the whole thing. She'll tell you. Judge Judy, you have a witness. Why wasn't this disclosed beforehand? Pamela Johnson, I didn't think I needed to. I'm telling the truth. Judge Judy shakes her head in disbelief. Bailiff, is there a witness here? Bailiff, BYRD, there is a young woman in the gallery, Your Honor. A girl who looks about 19, with similar features to Pamela but looking intensely you.